Welcome to DPC Kids. We are all Avengers for Jesus. Hi, I am Sister Chanel.
And I'm Brother Bernard.
And today we are learning about a new Bible hero, and his name is Timothy. Our action word for this week is act. Act means to take action accordingly or in light of, to behave in a specific way. Just like when your parents tell you when you're going out in public, you better act right.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Act like you got some home training.
Oh, yeah.
Don't embarrass me out here. All right, so our action word is act. What we know about God is that God gives courage. Our Bible verse today comes from 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says, "Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity." Okay, I like that one. That's a good Bible verse, okay, you guys? That comes from 1 Timothy 4:12. All right, so before we get into our Bible hero story that Brother Bernard is going to give you guys a lesson on, we're going to have you guys pause the video really quick and then grab your writing utensils, so like your notebook paper, your pencils, crayons, stuff like that. Remember our motto, no writing on
anything that you're not supposed to write on, no furniture, no walls.
Exactly.
No homework.
Exactly. All right. So pause and then come back, okay? All right, welcome back. So we have this week's lesson, we have a lot of questions. We have like 6 questions that we want you guys to answer, okay? Our first question is, who did Timothy travel with? Who did he travel with? Second question, what is the meaning of Timothy's name? So again, I think that we went over this with like a few of our Bible heroes. Most people's names have meanings. Yep. So we want you to find out, what does Timothy's name mean? What was Timothy's mother's culture? So everyone has like a background of like what culture there are, whether it's like Greek or
Italian.
Italian or something like that. So we just want to know, what is Timothy's mother's culture? Our next question is also, what was Timothy's father's culture? So apparently we're asking you these 2 different questions because both his mom and his dad came from a different culture. Okay. What did Paul trust Timothy to deal with? So he trusted him with some responsibilities. So we would like to know, what responsibilities did Paul trust him to do? And our last question is, what was Timothy killed for? So it was something that he was really dedicated to, and that was the reason why he was killed. So we need to know what was he killed for? What was he dedicated to that caused his death? Okay? All right. So I am going to have Brother Bernard take it away and give you guys a little bit of history about who Timothy was.
Okay. So let's find out about this guy named Timothy. I think he has a cool name. All right. So, Timothy. Timothy was a young man whose mother was Jewish and whose father was Greek. So he was kind of like a bicultural, not biracial, bicultural child. Yeah. His mother was Jewish and his father was Greek. Timothy became Paul's traveling companion and a spiritual son.
Wow.
A spiritual son. So he learned a lot from Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Though sometimes uncertain, Timothy became a respected leader in the church at Ephesus he learned to be bold and act with courage. He learned to be bold and act when called on. So a lot of people, like, they have a calling in church, and sometimes they be like, "Oh, they're too shy. Oh, I can't do that." Or
Yep.
they try to shy away from their calling, but not Timothy. He stood right up and he took the challenge when he was called upon to act, do something in church, and he was right into it.
All right, you go, Timothy.
Yes. Timothy names mean precious to God.
Wow.
I told you that was a cool name. So Timothy names mean precious to God. Timothy grew up in the town of Lystra. Yeah, we're gonna call it Lystra. It's Lystra. Lystra. Yeah. So Timothy grew up in the town of Lystra. God used his knowledge for both Jewish and Greek cultures in his travels. Timothy was trusted by Paul to deal with tough situations and deliver messages. So that was the job he had.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Mm-hmm.
And tradition tells us that Timothy was killed for his faith.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Sounds like a stand-up guy.
Stand up.
All right.
All right, you guys. So that's a little bit about our Bible hero, Timothy. And again, as always, we're going to go over the questions. And if you don't remember the answers to the questions, always rewind it back.
Yep.
You can watch the video, which I'm going to tell you what the video is in a second. But again, remember, we have 6 questions, okay? First question is, who did Timothy travel with? What is the meaning of Timothy's name? What was Timothy's mother's culture? And what was Timothy's father's culture? So it's 2 different cultures, okay? What was his mother's culture and what was his father's culture? What did Paul trust Timothy to deal with? And what was Timothy killed for? Okay? So, remember, go back if you don't remember the answers to those questions. Like we said, always go back and rewind it.
Watch it again.
Okay? Even if you have to pause in between, just to quickly write those answers down, that's fine as well. That's why we record this, so that you guys can go back, fast forward.
Yep.
The
key is to learn something.
And yes, exactly. It's to learn something. Our Bible link comes from the Holy Tales Bible. Of course, remember we used this Bible link before, and it's called Paul Meets Timothy. Okay? And remember, you can always go into whatever Bible links that we give you. You can always go onto their channels.
Remember, we're supposed to tell them about how they get to the Bible link.
Yes.
Because it's not on that.
Yep. So you can always go into their channels and to watch other videos that they have, because those videos are very interesting as well, along with the videos that we give you to watch. Also, we always put the link for the video that we give you to watch each week in the description box. But some people have like smart TVs and stuff, and you're not able to look up that link on your smart TV. You can always go, when you go to YouTube, you can always type in the name of the Bible story that we give you, and then you'll be able to pop that video up onto your smart TV. Okay.
Yes, we was not aware of that. It wasn't coming on. So that's how you get the movie. So
okay.
So if you haven't seen the movies, you might want to go back and catch up on all the movies, because it's like, where's the movies? They're good movies. So go back and check them out.
Exactly. All right, you guys. We enjoyed having you this week, and don't forget to do what? Like,
share, subscribe. Invite your friends over, have a watch party, go over to their house, change the channel, talk them into watching it, and most of all, bring them to church with you.
Yes.
Come join us on Sunday mornings.
All right. Have a good week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.